So I want to show you my feasibility template here. This is a real template that I use all the time. Later lesson I've got a more advanced one, but this is a good starting point. The more advanced one goes into working out interest rate, payments, and also shows you cash flow requirements each month during the project. But for a start, let's just show you the profitability, and I always start when I look at something with this one. I put the project name at the top, and then you can see selling price per unit below that. Then I use the agent's fee. It can be anywhere from sort of 0.5% up to 3% sometimes if they're finding plots of land for you. Number of units you can get on there. Purchase price of the land. Construction cost per unit. Later lesson I'll show you how to work that out fairly accurately. I'll put a 5% contingency fee in. 10% management fee. If I'm not doing the build, obviously that's irrelevant, but I put 10% in because it allows something to be project managed so you don't have to turn up on site every day. Interest rate here we've put at 0% because we just pretend it's either an option or we're using our own money. It's just to work out the profitability and what we think the option's worth, or what we think if we build it out it'll be worth. Then we have the time frame of the projects and the construction time. And you can also put in here rental income. So if you end up with a house with the plot at the back and you keep the house, you could let it out while you're doing work on it. If we then go down to the revenue, we then work out what we call our GDV, our gross development value, which is here we put as 950. We've got our selling costs, which is based on the agent's fee, which on this example is 1.25%. So we've got our net sales proceeds there, 900 odd thousand. Acquisition costs, so we're going to work out now how much it's all cost us so we can work out the profitability. Then we've got stamp duty, and I've put a little table here with the current stamp duty rates. That's as April 2014. Put some financing costs in, some legal fees in, construction of the dwelling. I think we put 170 per dwelling, so that's 340 for two of them. Some contingency fees. Some other consultancy fees we might need. You might need to have a tree survey done, topographical surveys done, and other requirements for the planners. We've then got some overheads, which are basically your time driving to and from the site in petrol and wear and tear on your car. Then we've got Section 106 and affordable housing. These are quite huge sometimes, these fees, and Section 106 covers things such as transport costs, open parkland costs, and those type of things. And affordable housing is a contribution towards affordable housing in the area. Every area has pretty much different amounts, so you'll go and check. If you go and check on your local planning authority website, there'll be a table somewhere, very often hidden away, which will give you an idea based on let's say a 2-bedroom flat or a 4-bedroom house, what your affordable housing contribution is likely to be. Now, there are ways round having to pay it, or you can certainly negotiate it, but I'm going to have to leave that for another lesson because it's quite in-depth and quite complicated at this stage. I've then got some design consultants fees, which could be someone that's going to put some furniture in or do a show home or something like that. We've got our property management fee there of the 10%, gives us a subtotal, and then as we move down, we end up with our profit. And I always work on percentages rather than financial amounts. So 196,000 sounds like a huge amount of money, but actually when you look at the percentage, it's a very, very good percentage. We'll talk more about percentages and how they affect your affordable housing contribution at a later date. I think that's enough for today.